Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sports Room Talk Show. I'm your host, Unger to the Max, and today I'm not having any guests on. However, I am still making this an episode of the Sports Room Talk Show. Why? Because I am live on Facebook. So if you are watching on Facebook, please submit your questions and comments to the show. I will be very happy to answer them. So here's the thing. My channel, pretty much this entire year, has been built on the Cleveland Browns. And unfortunately, due to Daniel Sorensen's dirty hit, and other circumstances, such as maybe the Browns not running the ball enough, their season is over. And also the fact that for some reason Patrick Mahomes got injured, and yet we couldn't stop Chad Henne, which I don't understand. But whatever. So the question is, what's going to happen now? Like, am I just going to vanish? Like, is Unger to the Max going to be dormant for until September again? No, that is not the case at all whatsoever. So if that's what you were thinking, you are dead wrong. Dead wrong. Here's why. Because yes, as I said, the Browns are eliminated. However, the Cavaliers are in the midst of their season. The Columbus Blue Jackets are in the midst of their season. And in 17 days, the minor league hockey team here in Cleveland, the Cleveland Monsters, will be dropping the puck on their season. So there's still going to be plenty of stuff for me to talk about. Plus, I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns make some sort of off-season moves, whether that's giving Baker Mayfield his contract extension or giving Nick Chubb his contract extension. I would say extending the contract of Rashard Higgins, maybe giving Jarvis Landry a contract extension, other various moves, releasing players, signing free agents. The NFL draft is supposed to come to Cleveland in towards the end of April, early May. So, you know, there's plenty of stuff for me to talk about. And as I've said multiple times, the goal that I had at the beginning of this season was to do a video collaboration for every game on the Browns schedule. Now, unfortunately, due to a medical procedure that I had in early December, I was unable to complete that goal. However, I'm not just going to drop that goal. No way. I'm going to be like Patrick from SpongeBob, who said, why don't we just take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else? So that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm taking the goal that I have for this season and moving it to next season. So that means that since the Browns are playing the NFC North and the AFC West, I need to find video YouTube content makers for the Green Bay Packers. Although I've already reached out to Tom Grossi, who is a prominent Packers YouTuber, so hopefully we'll get in touch. A Vikings YouTuber, a Lions YouTuber, and a Bears YouTuber. I'm going to do a video with Casey's Sports Report for when the Browns play the Chiefs again. Samoan Raider and Spotlight Raiders talk for when we play the Raiders. I don't know any Broncos YouTubers. Hope maybe you do. And I've reached out to a Chargers YouTuber. For the Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals, I'm going to do a video collaboration with Engraven Bids for when we play the Ravens. For when we play the Steelers, Just Blaze 412 and Steel Twins. And then for the Bengals, Jazzy TV. We also play at the New England Patriots. So I'm actually talking with a Patriots fan and trying to convince him to create a YouTube channel. And I said that if he does, I would reach out to him to do a video collaboration for when the Browns do play the Patriots. And then we host the Houston Texans again. So I'll probably reach out to Sauce Sports. But if you know any Broncos YouTubers, Lions YouTubers, Vikings YouTubers, or Bears YouTubers, please let me know in the comment section. There we go. Comment section below. And I will reach out to those people. But should we look at this season as a failure for the Browns? No, not at all. Think about it. When was the last time the Browns made the playoffs? 2002. I was ridiculously young, so I really don't remember. But all I know is that the Browns, I believe, had a lead in that game against the Steelers, and they lost. But this season, we had to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 17 to get into the playoffs, which we did. And then in the wild card round, we had to play at Pittsburgh. What did we do? We put up 28 points in the first quarter. That was aided by Pittsburgh's miscues. I'll admit that. And then we ended up going on to win that game 49-38. And then in the divisional round, we gave Kansas City a hell of a run for their money. I don't know how we didn't take advantage of the fact that Patrick Mahomes, the reigning Super Bowl MVP, exited the game. How we didn't take advantage of that, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not calling Dan. How do I say this? Dan Sorensen, his nickname is Dirty Dan. And normally, I respect him. He's made some terrific plays on defense in the past. But that hit he had on Rashard Higgins that caused the touchback, that should have been helmet-to-helmet contact. That should have been targeting. So that should not have resulted in a touchback. I'm sorry, Chiefs fans, but you know I'm right. Now, I'm not one of these salty Browns fans that's going to sit up here and say, oh, the only reason that we lost on Sunday is because of that play. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that play had a major effect, and it potentially had a point swing because at that point Kansas City was up 16-3 if I remember correctly, and the Browns were driving down the field trying to cut the lead to 16-10. So just replying to a text. There we go. Anyway, so the Browns were driving down the field. They were in a position to cut the lead to 16-10. Baker Mayfield throws a beautiful pass to Rashard Higgins, who, for some reason, this is no disrespect to Jarvis Landry, and I believe I said this in my post-game video. This is no disrespect to Jarvis Landry, but Sunday's game against Kansas City just felt more like a Rashard Higgins type of game. That's just the vibes I was getting pregame and all that. Again, that's not a slight against Jarvis Landry because I like him, and he's been a good receiver since we acquired him from the Miami Dolphins. But maybe it's because I like Higgins more than I like Jarvis Landry. I'm not really sure. But I just had this feeling that Rashard Higgins was going to have a big impact on the game. And he should have. If it wasn't for you, Dan Sorensen. God, I hope this video somehow reaches you, Dan Sorensen. I hate you so much. I really do. You lived up to your nickname on Sunday. Dirty. Anyway, I promise I'm not a salty fan. I'm just a little bit angry about the game on Sunday. That's all. That I promise. That's all. So Kansas City, please go on to win the Super Bowl. That way the Browns can be in the Super Bowl championship film, even if it's on the wrong end. I can have a little bit of pride that way because I'm just one of these people that likes to watch the Super Bowl championship films. That's just my thing. Like, I purchased the Chiefs Super Bowl championship film from last season. Not specifically because Kansas City won, but more so because it was the NFL's 100th season or 100th anniversary, something like that. So I just really wanted the championship film to commemorate that. Although, if New England, Dallas, or San Francisco had won the Super Bowl last year, I would not have purchased the film because I hate those three teams. Or I shouldn't say hate, because hate is a very strong word. I should say I strongly dislike those teams. And I strongly dislike the Washington football team. Even though they dropped their nickname, which I still will not say, because they had that nickname, I still dislike them. Fair? Fair. Cool. So, hopefully other people will come on and interact and ask questions. But in the meantime, so as I said, we are 17 days away from the Cleveland Monsters dropping the puck on their season. Don't know if it's going to be home or away on February 5th, as the AHL has still not released their schedule, which I think is ridiculous. But the other thing I find ridiculous is that the AHL and the NHL, for that matter, completely realigned their divisions. Now, on one hand, I get it, because in the NHL, you have 7 Canadian teams. You have the Ottawa Senators, Vancouver Canucks, Winnipeg Jets, Calgary Flames, Edmonton Oilers, Montreal Canadiens, Ottawa Senators, Toronto Maple Leafs. And there are some notable rivalries in there. Like you have the Montreal Canadiens against the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's a good rivalry. You have the Battle of Ontario, the Senators against the Maple Leafs. You've got the Battle of Alberta, the Calgary Flames against the Edmonton Oilers. Quick side note, the Calgary Flames didn't originate in Calgary. They actually started as the Atlanta Flames. And this new integration of the Winnipeg Jets, they started as the Atlanta Thrashers. So I don't get it. What is it with Atlanta? They've had 2 NHL teams, and both times the team has packed up and moved to Canada. Why? I don't know. I wish I could give you a reason, but I don't know the reason. I'm being completely transparent with you right now. I don't know the reason. I don't know why the NHL is able to survive in a city like Phoenix, Tampa Bay, Raleigh, Nashville, Los Angeles, but it can't survive in a city like Atlanta. That just doesn't make sense. Although I will admit this. The Arizona Coyotes, they don't play in Phoenix, they play in let me double check actually. Give me 1 second. They play in Glendale. That's what I thought. Okay. So my prediction is that in 3 to 5 years, the Arizona Coyotes will no longer be a team. Instead, they will have packed up and moved to Houston, Texas, to play at the Toyota Center alongside the Houston Rockets. And I'm actually going to predict their team name now. They will not be called the Houston Coyotes. No, they're going to take on a whole new team name. Since just about every team in Houston has some sort of outer space name besides the Texans, the Rockets, obviously, and the Astros. I believe that's short for like astronauts. Although I guess you could also call them the Houston Asterix, because they cheated to win the I almost said the Super Bowl. No, the World Series. So the World Series trophy that's sitting in the Astros trophy case should be taken away. And the 2017 World Series should be nullified. You look in the history book you're looking down the list of World Series winners, 2017 should say NA because the Astros cheated. So that World Series doesn't count. Just like with the Patriots, Super Bowl 49 should not count. Even though they cheated in the AFC Championship game against the Indianapolis Colts, they still cheated. So, New England should only have 5. No, they would still have 51 and 53. So 5. Yeah, 5 Super Bowls, not 6. They should only have 5 Super Bowls, not 6. There we go. In my opinion, Pittsburgh is the only team that has 6 Super Bowl rings. Nobody else. New England doesn't. Dallas doesn't. San Francisco, nobody. Pittsburgh stands alone. I don't care what the history books say. I don't care that the Patriots have 6 Super Bowl banners hanging at Gillette Stadium. No. Super Bowl 49 does not count. We know Deflategate happened, so it should not count. Anyway, back to hockey, because we're getting way, way, way off topic. I have a tendency to do that, but it's fun at the same time. So, I remember how I got on this topic. I was talking about Arizona Coyotes. So in 3 to 5 years, they will move to Houston, and I'm going to say their new name will be the Houston Commanders. Yeah, the Houston Commanders. Because I believe NASA's command center is in Houston, if I remember correctly. So Commanders, command center. You see my logic? You follow me there? Okay, cool. So that's one bold prediction. My second one. Atlanta is going to get a third opportunity to have an NHL team. When exactly that's going to happen, I don't know. But I just think it will. And do I think they'll lose that team to Canada? No. If Atlanta gets a third crack at an NHL team, they will stick. But on the topic of teams moving and all that, I've touched on this before, but I will not be fully happy with the NBA until the Seattle Supersonics are restored. Explain this to me. Okay. A group of investors tried to buy the Sacramento Kings and move them to Seattle, right? But you had this large group of people that was going out in the streets of Sacramento and saying, "Save our Kings, save our Kings, save our Kings." And guess what? The Kings are still in Sacramento. Now, I know there's a lot more to it than that. There's a lot of financial stuff and planning and environmental stuff. And the Kings said they would build a new arena and all this and that. I get that. But just hear me out. Seattle did the same thing. When there were rumors that the Sonics might be leaving Seattle, there were gatherings all over Seattle, where people were saying, "Save our Sonics, save our Sonics." But guess what? That didn't mean jack shit. Howard Schultz sold the team to Clay Bennett and a Oklahoma City-based group, where they promptly lied at the press conference by saying, "Oh yeah, our goal is to keep the team in Seattle." No, it wasn't, you jackass. You bought the team because you wanted to move the team to Oklahoma City, which is what you did. Again, you're a jackass, Clay Bennett and Howard Schultz. I think Howard Schultz was running for some government position. Don't vote for him. He's a jackass. He screwed Seattle. I'll give you another example. The Columbus Crew. Not my hometown team, because I live in Cleveland. So my home state MLS team. They were on the verge of being moved to Austin, Texas. But hundreds of people went out and various gatherings and went, "Save the crew, save the crew." And the governor of Ohio, Mike DeWine, got involved, and other government people got involved. And look, the Columbus Crew stayed in Columbus, and they just won the MLS Cup against the Seattle Sounders at McFree Stadium. I think the score was 3-0, or in soccer terms, 3-0. I don't know why they say nil. Why can't you just say 3-0? Why can't you just say 3-0? Makes no sense. But whatever. So the Sonics should still be a team. And I still don't get why the Nets moved to Brooklyn. That just doesn't make sense. I liked them better in New Jersey, but whatever. At least the Devils are still there. So I'm just saying. Anyway, so I'm just doing something super quick. Give me a minute. Hang on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm just writing something that I don't want to forget. There we go. Anyway, so the Blue Jackets normally are in the Metropolitan Division. So that means they're usually in a division with the Washington Capitals, the New York Rangers, New York Islanders, New Jersey Devils, Pittsburgh Penguins, Philadelphia Flyers, and Carolina Hurricanes. However, that is not the case for this season, as this pandemic has come on and the NHL realigned their divisions. So we're now in, I believe it's the Central Division. It has some sort of sponsor, but I don't remember who that sponsor is. And we're only playing division games. So for this season, we're not playing we're only playing one of our usual division rivals, and that's Carolina. Our other division foes are the Dallas Stars, the defending Western Conference champions, the Chicago Blackhawks, Florida Panthers, Detroit Red Wings, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, the reigning defending Stanley Cup champions. The other divisions, as I said, we have an all-Canadian division. We are in the Discover Central Division, and it's Tampa Bay, the reigning defending Stanley Cup champions, the Nashville Predators, Carolina Hurricanes, Florida Panthers, Detroit Red Wings, the Columbus Blue Jackets, Dallas Stars, defending Western Conference champions, and the Chicago Blackhawks. Over in the Mass Mutual East Division, the Washington Capitals, Philadelphia Flyers, New York Islanders, New Jersey Devils, the Boston Bruins. I hate them. I will never forgive them for 2019. Never, never, never. The New York Rangers, the Buffalo Sabres, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Then in the Scotia North Division, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Montreal Canadiens, the Calgary Flames, Ottawa Senators, Winnipeg Jets, Edmonton Oilers, and the Vancouver Canucks. So that's the all-Canadian division. Then in the Honda West Division, we've got the Vegas Golden Knights, the St. Louis Blues, the Minnesota Wild, Arizona Coyotes, Anaheim Ducks, Colorado Avalanche, the Los Angeles Kings, and the San Jose Sharks. Why St. Louis, Minnesota, and Colorado are not in the Central Division makes no sense. I wish the Blue Jackets were still in their usual division because I love playing against the Flyers and the Penguins and the Islanders and the Capitals. I hate playing against the Devils and the Rangers. Games against Carolina are usually pretty fun, actually. The Monsters are usually in a division with, let me see if I can get this right. Actually, I'll just look it up. Usually the Monsters are in the North Division with the Belleville Senators, affiliate of the Ottawa Senators, the Rochester Americans, affiliate of the Buffalo Sabres, the Utica Comets, affiliate of the Vancouver Canucks, although Utica is in New York, the Binghamton Devils, affiliate of the New Jersey Devils, the Syracuse Crunch, the Laval Rocket, affiliate of the Montreal Canadiens. They got the name Rocket after Rocket Richard, who passed away. The Toronto Marlies, who are the affiliate of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then you had the Cleveland Monsters. But those aren't the Monsters will not be in the North Division this season. Instead, let's see. They will be in a division with the Iowa Wild, affiliate of the Minnesota Wild, Rockford Ice Hogs, affiliate of the Chicago Blackhawks, the Grand Rapids Griffins, affiliate of the Detroit Red Wings, the Chicago Wolves, affiliate of the Carolina Hurricanes, and I believe that's it. Based on what I've heard, the Monsters will only be playing games against their division, just like what the NHL is doing, which bothers me because there's one team that I really want to see the Monsters play, and that's the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, affiliate of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yes, I'm a Columbus Blue Jackets fan. Yes, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. Yes, I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. Yes, I'm a Cleveland Indians fan, although the Cubs are my favorite team in baseball. However, I'm not going to deny this. I also like the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm not afraid to admit that. In addition to the Columbus Blue Jackets, I like the Pittsburgh Penguins. However, Sidney Crosby is not my favorite player. Jake Gensel is. He's always been more that underrated type player that nobody really paid attention to until he had his breakout season, I would say, in 2017. I'm actually a little bit surprised he didn't win the Conn Smythe Trophy in the 2017 Stanley Cup final against the Nashville Predators. Not that Sidney Crosby didn't play well in that series. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think Guentzel should have won it. I think he had a hat trick in Game 3 against the Blue Jackets, which put the Penguins up 3-0 in that series. So I want to see the Blue Jackets play the Penguins, both in Pittsburgh and in Columbus. That's on my bucket list. There's a couple other rivalry games that are on my bucket list, actually. I want to see the Seahawks and the 49ers play at what was once CenturyLink Field, also known as the Clink, but now it's called Lumen Field. What other rivalries do I want to see? I want to see the Steelers and the Ravens, both at Heinz Field and at M&T Bank Stadium. I'd like to see the Packers and the Bears, especially at Lambeau Field, but also at Soldier Field. What other rivalries? I'd like to see the Broncos and the Chiefs at Empower Field at Mile High and Arrowhead. And that's about it. For baseball, Yankees, Red Sox, obviously, at Fenway Park and the new Yankee Stadium. Cubs, Cardinals at Busch Stadium and Wrigley Field. What other rivalries in baseball would I like to see? The Dodgers and the Giants from Dodger Stadium and Oracle Park. What other rivalries would I like to see? I'd actually like to see the Cubs and the White Sox, but only at Wrigley Field. I don't want to. I have no offense to White Sox fans, so that would be you, Jack Renstrom, and Natalie Renstrom. This is no offense, but I don't really have an interest in seeing guaranteed rate field. I just don't. That's not one of the Major League Baseball stadiums that's at the top of my list. Tropicana Field is another one of those stadiums I don't really have an interest in seeing. I don't really have an interest in seeing Angel Stadium. No thanks. The Marlins, I don't really have an interest there. So, yeah, those are some of my bucket list rivalry games. But if I had to go with bucket list stadiums in the NFL, this is easy. No particular order. I would go Buffalo. I want to go to a Bills game so bad. Seattle, Lumen Field, Arrowhead Stadium, Lambeau Field, what other? The Superdome in New Orleans. What other stadiums would I want to go to in the NFL? Lincoln Financial Field, I actually would love to go to an Eagles game. And, yeah, that's about it. I'm sure I'll probably think of others. But that's going to do it for this video. Until next time, I'm Unger to the Max. And that's going to do it.